see. Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Josie, good to see you too. Jocelyn, hello. Good evening. Maayang gabi. Hey, Ken, good to see you. Mului is, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Mului, is that right? Good morning, Lucille. Yeah. Today I was thinking about a topic to talk about, and that was Vivian's dream, was to come to America. She had always wanted to come here. And when she was very young, I think like 17 or something, 16, she had met an American guy in the pen pal type of stuff. And he actually wanted to marry her, but she didn't. She decided after she met him in person that she didn't want to marry him. And eventually she got married to a Filipino guy and had 3 kids, and then when he passed away, she found me, and the rest is history, if you as you want to say. But yeah, it was her dream to come to America, and I'm very happy that I was able to fulfill her dream for her. Not everybody wants to. It is a nice place. America is a really nice place, but it's gets cold in winter. So I'm just, what are your thoughts? Why do you want to come to America? Why is it your dream? So that's the topic for today, and anything else that you want to talk about, of course. Everybody has a different story. You guys not real talkative this morning, huh? Oh yeah, I saw a like pop up there. Thanks for the like. Keep those coming, please. So we're talking about, do you want to come to America? If you're not already here, if you're already here, where else would you like to go? Thank you, Apple. Blessed Sunday to you as well. It's nice to see you too, Marilyn. I'm good, Maria. Thank you. Hey, Lydia. Good morning to you. So you like that? The topic is, do you want to come to America? And why? And why? I mean, if it was just a yes or no question, this whole live stream would last about 5 minutes and then it would be over. But yeah, why? Hey, Raquel, thanks for watching and welcome aboard. Hey, Raquel, got two Raquels today. Hey, Milo. Milo, I think you're already in America, aren't you? Or like half the time you are, right? If my memory serves me right, you live up around Seattle or something like that. Hey, Maria, yeah, it's a nice place. Ah, you have a cousin, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, to get here, well, so I guess we need to talk about whether or not you want to come for a visit or if you want to come and stay permanently, because there are different kinds of visas that you have to get from the U.S. Embassy in Manila. If I know somebody once told me that she was able to get a tourist visa in Manila because she said she wanted to go to Disneyland. So to stay permanently, well, there are different visas for work and things like that. If you're a nurse, I think you can check. I would check online to the different types of visas that are available. But I think coming to visit your family, you may or may not be able to do that with a tourist visa. I don't have any experience with any visas other than the CR1 visa that I used to bring my wife over. Of course, we were already married, so. Thank you, Anna. Maayong gabi. Fly me to the moon and let me sing amongst the stars. Let me know what it's like on. Whoops. I'll forget the next chord. Anyway, that's the extent of my singing this morning. Thank you, Marissa. So anyway, in order to come to America, you have to first get a visa, or they probably won't even let you board the flight. Assuming you're coming from the Philippines. Well, to be honest with most countries, unless you're, I think maybe Australian. I don't know. Do we got anybody from Australia online here? Let us know. There are some countries, tourist visas are hard to get, period. But there are countries where you can come and you don't need to get a visa ahead of time. Hey, Josie. Yeah. It depends on the situation, right? I know with Vivian and I, we didn't plan on staying here in America. Fly me to the moon. You like that, huh? We didn't plan on staying in America forever. Our plan was actually to go back to the Philippines at one point. Um, so, but some people do. Some people just want to come and stay. There is a lot to do here. Um, and right now, because of the President Trump, there's a lot of jobs, and there's not enough Americans to fill all these jobs. So I'm sure that at some point they're going to open up what they call legal immigration. And there's a big debate in the United States about the illegal immigration, but we do need people here in the United States to do jobs. And so you could do some research on that, and you could always come get a job and stay here for a year or two or something like that. Go back if you like, or stay here in America, you know. Well, if you're, yeah, I mean, if you're married to an American man, it's going to take, I think last week, I think we had a little bit of a discussion about the fiance visa and the marriage visa. And it seems like they're processing the fiance visas faster than they are the marriage visas. But it took 10 months for Vivian to come when she came. Yeah, there's a lot of jobs here because of what President Trump is doing. There's a lot of companies building plants and things like that in the U.S. And so there's a lot of opportunity here for people to work. So I don't know off the top of my head how to find that information. I guess you could search online. Maybe the U.S. Embassy in Manila might have some information about that. So you could check their website and see what they have to say. But there'll be other places, and not just the embassy in the Philippines. I mean, no matter where you're from, if it's Malaysia or India or Thailand or whatever, check the website of the embassy in your country and find out whatever you can find out. Yeah, to get a tourist visa, you got to have some money. Well, you got to have a little bit of money anyway, because you're going to have to buy a plane ticket and come here on a tourist visa. Yeah, Maria, that's true. I mean, when Vivian arrived, and if you haven't seen that video, it's in my catalog. If you go back in the channel, you can find it. When she arrived, they stamped her passport with a CR1, and she immediately got a green card, which allowed her to stay here and work and do all that stuff. She became a permanent resident. She even got her social security number. All happened in one fell swoop. And then the stamp in her passport was a temporary green card until her regular green card came in the mail, but it was all automatic. So yeah, if you're married to an American guy, that can happen just like that. Whole process, like I said, took about 10 months. Hey, gentlemen, UK. Yeah, people from the UK, I believe, can just fly. If you have a UK passport, you can just come to America and visit, I think. I'm not sure, but. Hey, Derek. Um, Apply for a K-1 in 3 weeks or wait until February. Yeah, I don't know. From what I understand, the K-1s are going a little faster. Um, but I think the last person told me 9 months, which is only a month shorter than the CR1, which is what Vivian and I did. I can't tell you what the wait times are right now because that was back in 2 years ago, 2016, when Vivian immigrated. Yeah, it can. Some countries can just come and visit. I think the UK is one of them. Um, Probably a lot of the European Union probably can just come and get an automatic tourist visa stamp when they arrive. Just like when an American visits the Philippines. I mean, I don't have to get a visa ahead of time. I just show up and they stamp my passport, and I have a 30-day visa right then and there. Now, if I want to stay longer, I got to go get an extension and all that kind of stuff. But hey, Steve, good morning to you too. Japan, Canada, Australia. I thought Australia might be one of those also. Yeah, so there's a few countries that can just come visit, and they don't need any kind of visa in advance. But like I said, America is going to need a lot of workers. I think we do now. Unemployment in the United States is very, very low. And I think there's a lot of opportunity here for folks that want to work. Basically, what you got to do is take an inventory of the skill set that you have and match that up with what the requirements are here. There is another kind of visa that's sponsored by your employer. So I don't know the details of it. I'm not a visa attorney or anything. I just know that they exist. So that's something else you might want to do is look at that. Oh yeah, Maria. There's a lot of work in the United States. Whole lot. So yeah, I understand the K-1s are going faster. So Eden, have you visited America? Because you have a Japanese passport? Aren't you a citizen of Japan? You could probably just fly over. Hey, Dama. Right now I am in Maryland, USA, but I will be over in the Philippines in November. You've been to Hawaii, yeah. Well, that's America. I wouldn't go to right now though because it's awfully wet. There was a big hurricane that just went past. And there's a lot of rain. I was watching some of that on the news. Yeah, you can use one of those companies. I didn't think the paperwork was all that difficult, to be honest with you. So, the embassy gave you a 10 years visa. That's cool. I didn't even know that existed. Well, I guess it does for people that work and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, I'll be around in November, end of November, beginning of December. I'll be there. I'll be in Cebu for a week, and then I'll be up in Pampanga, up Angeles for a week before I fly back to the States. And the company I work for actually has an office in Manila, but I've never been there. And I don't think I'm going to make it this trip either. I'm probably not going to make it to Manila, but I will be in Pampanga. So we're talking about coming to America. Would you like to come to America? Yep, I'll be in Cebu for a week. Yeah. Uh, Stay in touch. Oh, that's right, Marilyn. Are you you're an OFW, right? You're not in the Philippines right now. Where are you, in Saudi Arabia? I know, Raquel, you're in Hong Kong, I think, right? I have family there, Anna, in Pampanga, and I have family in Cebu, so I'm going to visit family. I see what you're saying, Derek. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, by all means, hire one of those places because they do it all the time. Oh, you're in Malaysia, okay? Yeah, they do it all the time, um, um, and they've got it down to a science. So yeah, for me, I mean, being an engineer, I'm used to taking care of details. So filling out the paperwork, putting together the package and everything was pretty simple for me. And so um, I was comfortable doing it. But if you're not comfortable, definitely hire. It's definitely worth it to hire somebody. Um, you may spend a few $100. I don't know what Rapid Visa charges. Probably around $500, three to $500 to do the work for you. But sometimes that's best. And save you the aggravation. I would suspect that they're still going to be they'll probably be contacting you for questions and stuff like that. Still, the expenses are going to be there. Um, your fiance is going to have to go to an interview at the embassy in Manila and also get a medical exam at St. Luke's Extension Clinic. And all those places, I mean, they do that stuff all the time, so it's not really a big deal. I know Vivian was very nervous about it in the beginning, and I kept telling her not to worry. But she got through it. She just breezed right through it. It was no problem. So yeah, Raquel, you're in Hong Kong. Maria's in Kuwait. Okay. I guess it's a little earlier in Kuwait. It's not. It's about, oh, it's 11 p.m. on Sunday. So why, let's talk about why you want to come to America. Let's say that you like Western men. You might want to even get married to a Western man. But why would you want to come to America as opposed to stay wherever you are, like Philippines, Hong Kong, Malaysia, whatever? Why would you like to come to America as opposed to staying? So, for instance, rather than say your husband living with you in the Philippines, you want to come to America. Why would you want to do that? Yes, Maria, I'll let you know when everybody will know when I'm there. That's for sure. Because I'll be making videos, and I might even do a live stream. I stay at the Red Planet Hotel up there by Ayala Mall in Cebu City, and they have a pretty good internet, so I may be able to just live stream from there. So why do you want to, Maria, why do you want to live in America? What is it about? You're in the Philippines, I think you said, right? Why would you want to leave the Philippines and come to America? Hey, Joy Bell, Lapu Lapu. Hello to you. I can tell you, Vivian and I were actually, we wanted to go check out Panama. Looked like an interesting place to us. And we thought, well, that might be a nice place to retire, Panama. So. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Ken. What have you heard about America that draws you to come to the States? One of the things I can think of is financial opportunity. I mean, that's for certainly one of them, for sure. And Marilyn, I don't know that you necessarily need to have you need to be married to an American. Like I said, I think with the way the U.S. economy is right now, there's going to be a lot of jobs available, and there's not enough people in the U.S. to fill all the jobs that are happening. So I would look around, especially online, for companies that are willing to sponsor you for a visa, and you could just simply come over. But so anyway, financially, I know the Philippines is relatively poor compared to the United States. Of course, most of the world is these days, but there are also some other countries that are wealthy, like Australia, Japan. They're wealthy countries as well. South Korea, So, I mean, I think a lot of Americans tend to think that everybody wants to come to America. I'm just wondering if that's true, or if yeah, I know you got to look around for a company that wants to sponsor you. Yeah. And Americans tend to think that everybody wants to come here, and the situation on the border with Mexico makes it fairly obvious that a lot of people want to come here because they're willing to break the law and cross the border. But because there is opportunity. Yeah, that's a good point, Raquel. I mean, if you really like Western guys, if you married a Western guy, would you be willing to live not in America? Would you be willing to live in wherever you're from, Philippines or Malaysia or wherever? Your cousin's working in a factory. She's married a black, well, black or white, it doesn't make any difference. I'm an American, I presume, right? The guy's an American. Yeah, well, that's the Raquel. That's the right attitude to have. I mean, if you're in love with somebody, then you'll go with wherever the two of you decide to go. And but I would imagine that there are some people who are willing to get married to, uh, just so that they could get a visa and come to the U.S. I understood what you meant. um, what about Europe? Anybody would anybody be interested in going to Europe as opposed to America? Don't worry about it, Raquel. I have fat fingers too. I'm always misspelling stuff as well. Yeah, mine too. I gotta squint down to see especially the little chat because I'm on my Chromebook. It's a nice little book. Yeah, Eden would like to visit Switzerland. I've never been to Switzerland either. Oh yeah. Um, I personally don't have any experience with the one that comes just for a visa. Um, the Phil-Am couples that I know have all been married for a really long time. As a matter of fact, I interviewed Jim and Maria the other day. They've been married for 38 years. Hey, Joy Bell. Yeah, I've been to the UK many times. Although what I'm hearing about it now, I don't know, especially in London. I think part of the problem in the UK is all the immigration. It's not really immigration, but migration they call it, of people coming from the Middle East to Europe, and it's created quite a bit of trouble. At least that's what I hear in the news. But the UK is a nice place. Also gets kind of wet there. Kind of known for that. I'm not sure. What are you asking me, Marilyn? How can she help me together? You mean your cousin that's married to the American guy in North Carolina or something? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and don't take me wrong here. I'm just throwing out ideas for us to discuss. Hey, Christina, how are you? Yeah, yeah, no. I definitely would um, look around at what companies are looking for help and see. I being an American, I don't know anything about how to go look for that because I've never done it. But I suspect that there's a way. I know that companies sponsor the visas of people all the time if they um, have the skill set for the jobs that they're trying to fill. As a matter of fact, my doctor came from Africa, Cameroon, on a visa because the hospital needed a doctor uh, and couldn't find enough doctors in the area, and so they sponsored his visa so that he could come over. Yeah, Raquel, that's true. It's all in God's time, right? Um, but anyway, so there are jobs. So I would take inventory of your skill set. What things can you do, and see if there's uh, anybody willing to sponsor a visa for you. You know, I know like a lot of high tech, a lot of people that work in tech, IT, stuff like that. They were getting sponsored by tech companies in California to come over. Um, Doctors, a fair number of nurses, right? Trying to think, Vivian had a friend that was a nurse here in the States. I'm not sure how she came over. Um, so yeah, it depends on what you do, what skills do you have, what kind of education do you have. That's another thing too. Maybe the universities would know something about that too. They might be able to help. Universities in the Philippines, because a lot of schools have staff whose job it is to help the students find work, right? Find employment. So that's an idea. You could check in with the universities and see if they have any staff that can help you find a visa. Anyway, okay, so we're talking about, do you want to come to America? And we kind of touched on a few different ways. Obviously, one of them is you marry an American. If you get married to an American, you definitely can come to America. How long that takes depends on the process that you use. And right now, the fiance process, which they call the K1, from what I understand, and I'm no expert on this, but from what I understand, that's moving faster than the CR1 if you're already married. Yeah, well said, Ken. That's quite true. The guys are out here and they're looking, and Maria, so you're working at a university. You might want to check with them. Hey, Arlen, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, so hit the like button, please, and give it a thumbs up, or you can give it a thumbs down if you don't like it, but either one is fine. And so we're talking about, do you want to come to America? And if so, why? What is it about? What are your thoughts about it? Why would you want to come here? What is it that attracts you to coming to America? Or is it part of a package? You're just attracted to a Western guy, American guy, and you want to come? Hey, hola la, maayong buntag, maayong gabi. Hey, Jenilyn. Yeah. See, so Jenilyn's saying no, she doesn't want to come to America. She's been working as an OFW for 13 years, and she wants to settle down in the Philippines. And that's cool. To be honest with you, the plan that Vivian and I had initially before she got sick and passed away was to move back to the Philippines after I retire. Yeah, but Joy Bell, that's true. I mean, that was Vivian's dream, was to come to America. But yeah, maybe part of history. I don't know. But I think for Vivian and I, we were happy to move here to the U.S. for maybe 5 years, and then go back to the Philippines when I retired. You're welcome, Maria. No problem. Hey, Arlen, your son's father is an American? You might, I don't know if you've looked into that, Arlen, or not. If your son's father is an American, you might be able to get a visa. Yeah, he used to be in the Air Force. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure what it means. Substitute sponsor to USA next week, hoping to get fast approval. Well, good luck with whatever that is. I'm not really sure what that means. What's that? You need to listen, idiot. Okay. Hi, I'm a Filipina and I have 11 kids. Well, you have your hands full, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eden, you look very comfortable in Tokyo. Um, to be honest with you, and I don't know if you guys haven't seen Eden's channel, you should stop over and check out her channel. It's kind of cool, but um, she did a few videos while she was visiting the Philippines, and um, so you think you're gonna stay in Tokyo, or you were still thinking about retiring in the Philippines? You're welcome, Raquel. Is life easier in the United States of America? Um, life. I don't think life is easy anywhere, but it's the USA is definitely a wealthy country, and if you have a good skill set, you can earn a good living and be very comfortable. That's for sure. But a lot of my family in the Philippines, they do pretty well for themselves too. Most are teachers with master's degrees, or a lot of mariners in my family. A lot of my nephews and um, are mariners. They work for on ships, and one's a ship's captain. So they tend to do pretty good. And we had a discussion about OFWs a few live streams ago, and they're kind of like OFWs because they'll put to sea and they'll stay there for 4, 5, 6 months before they get back to see their family. But they earn pretty good money. Yeah, yeah. Tokyo seems like a really nice place. I'd love to visit there myself one day. But there's a lot of places I'd like to visit. Um, Tokyo's one. I would love to visit Thailand too. I've never been um, to Thailand. Hey, Priscilla, thank you. Same to you. Um, so, yeah, what we're talking about is do you want to come to America, or would you like to? And if so, why? What's the reason for it? And not everybody does. Not everybody does. And some of us Americans, we want to leave and go to the Philippines. So we've been kind of talking about that. Have you been? Yeah, is Thailand beautiful? Okay. Yeah, I'd really like to visit there. Um, but yeah, same with Malaysia. I'd like to visit there. Indonesia, Australia. Hey, Carl. Thanks for the info there. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of places, I mean, there's just a big old world out there, and I've only been to some of it, and I'd like to see a lot more of it. I know some people want to visit Europe. I visited Europe quite a bit years ago when I was in the Navy. I was there a lot, and so I've seen a lot of it. But I really don't have much interest in going there nowadays. Yeah, Marilyn, you know, um, depending on what your skill set is, you can definitely earn a lot of money. Um, and you know, if you keep your expenses down and you're not spending on a lot of stuff, you can save a lot of money and you can send money home. Yeah, that's for sure. Um, yeah, that's true, Ken. It's not for everyone. That's true. That's true. And I don't know. You know, sometimes I think it would be nice to just have a place in the Philippines, kind of make it my stopping off point. You know, um, maybe get a condo or something, and have it as a base for being able to travel to the rest of it. China, I'd like to visit China. Um, Vietnam is another place I'd like to visit. So maybe having a place in the Philippines kind of make it the home base, and I can travel out from there. Yeah, well, Maryland, got to keep working at it. Dreams do come true. No, I've not been, Christine. I've not been to Hawaii. Believe it or not. So right now, it's pretty wet there because there's a hurricane or what the typhoon essentially. Um, they got like 40 inches of rain. I mean, it was just ridiculous how much rain came down on Hawaii. But yeah, it's one of the states I've never been to Alaska either. Hey Priscilla, I plans for me to visit the Philippines is end of November, beginning of December. I will be there. I'll be for a week in Cebu and then a week in Pampanga in Mabalacat. So yeah, this trip is coming over to visit family. Yeah, Carl, that's kind of what I was thinking. Would be a good like base of operations for visiting various countries in Asia. And it's also that flight. I mean, I live in Maryland. I'm right next to Washington D.C. The flight from here to Cebu is just a ridiculously long flight, and so it'd be nice to have a place to kind of operate from to make a 3 4 hour flight's nothing compared to flying 26 hours to get to Cebu from Maryland. I will be there for 2 weeks, Maryland. So you have family in Hawaii. Yeah, I would get in touch with them. I don't know. They didn't get hit by the hurricane or the typhoon directly. In other words, the winds didn't, from what I understand, I haven't checked this morning. But it was raining a lot, and there was a lot of flooding and stuff. So if you haven't checked in on them, I would check in on them, Christina. Thank you, Maria. I think I said Maryland. I'll be there 2 weeks. No, I won't be to Manila this trip. Cebu and Pampanga is where I'm going to be, week in each place. Like I said, the company I work for has an office in Manila, but I won't be going by there. Yeah, I'll only be there for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I got a lot of bit now. They're still up in the air, but I may get diverted to Taiwan after. Instead of coming back to the U.S., I may go to Taiwan because of some work, but that's still up in the air. And it's still a few months away. This is end of August, so you got September, October, and most of November, so about 3 months. No, Maria, I don't have an office in Cebu. The company I work for has an office in Manila, and we also have one in Taiwan, which I think I'll be going over to that one. It just depends on what the needs of our customers are. But if they need my expertise, then I will fly over to Taiwan. The office in Manila does a different, they do systems for power stations and stuff. But I do the chemical plants. So I don't really get involved with the Manila office that much. Yeah, Manila's on my bucket list, Priscilla. I got to get there. Got to get there for a visit one of these days. I guess I'll have an office in Cebu if I buy a condo. I was looking at the condos down on the South Road properties, which right just south of the new mall, the SMC side mall. They look pretty cool. Yeah, Visaya, for me, Eden, probably. I say probably. I don't really. Things are still kind of fluid for me, and I really haven't put down. I have family in the Visayas in Cebu, and so. Oh, you're talking to that Ken. But I haven't really made any decisions yet. When Vivian was alive and we were talking about it, of course, it was already a foregone conclusion that it would be Cebu, but who knows now? I really don't know, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to get to Manila this trip, but there'll be plenty more trips, trust me. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been about an hour, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. Say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for the lively discussion, and I will see you later. Oh, hit that like button. Hit that like button. And I will see you guys later. Bye.